Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Cyber Slayer, and possibly the last episode, or maybe one of the last episodes. Maybe I will finish the game in the current recording session, who knows. Also, why do I have like this weird artifact here, like the black bar? Something is bugged. Okay, never mind. Anyway, like you said in the comments, what I said in the previous ones, situation will be fine currently if that's where it ended. So I'm really curious how the story will actually end, so that you said that it's actually kind of ridiculous ending or whatever. So yeah, let's just go to the story and let's see how this will end, shall we? Because I'm fine with the situation that being here, but yeah, let's see how this will unveil. Let's go. We're back to Ruili. From the shadows of the gazebo, the girl watches, very tall. With her mind yet incomplete, she does not recognize the man doing the battle of the relationship to her. Yeah. Or the relationship to her, yeah. Like, I said previously, like at the end of the previous episode, that she probably don't even know what the hell is happening. And yet for some reason she cannot take her eyes off one of the two. His black coat stained with blood, his sword swinging desperately at his foe. He is a far cry from the image of a mighty noble warrior. His appearance only invites pity, like the wounded beast in the last throes of its agony. But even faced with such a miserable scene, the girl's heart is filled with a strange peace. As moments ago, she was being tormented by the grief that had risen out of nothing. Oh, she sees Taolu and unconsciously get calm. She wandered through a labyrinth of pain, knowing that she longed for brother, and that her beloved was not here, but not who brother could be. But now her tears have stopped. As she watches the man fighting this hopeless fight, she realizes that the sorrow seizing her heart has vanished. Perhaps the object of her heart-rending desire is... Oh. Okay. So, hi Ruili, that's where you've been. So we are observing together with other Ruili, and also... I'm gonna talk with your other self. Also, it's interesting that she have a lot of self-consciousness. She actually recognizes herself here. She knows probably exactly what this really is. So technically, if you think about this, Ruili is kind of complete. I mean, Ruili is not complete, but small Ruili is complete being right now. She may not have like every single memory from her past because two parts of her soul are still missing, but technically she can exist as like normal being at this point, right? She have like perception of the world around. She can recognize who she is, what she is, that she's like missing parts of her and stuff. So yeah, okay. Okay, Ruili talking to Ruili. What's your plan here? From beside her, and the girl whispers with the affection of a sister. Are we going to have like two sisters now? Are we going to have like two Ruilis? Okay. Little Ruili embraces the girl in the white kupao from behind. Okay. So, small Ruili trying to figure it out if the remaining parts of her soul is in the same position. I mean, like, if she also loves Taoluo more than brother. Oh! The fuck? Um. Okay. I guess small really is jealous. As Slenderfinger stacks on her nipples, the white really lets out a breathly moan.
覚えてる？兄様の大事な剣。
Okay. That's weird. Like, really, what's the point of this? I mean, okay, I mean, it's fan service, I guess, but come on. What's the point of this, story-wise?
ものすごく速くて自慢にしてた剣の技。 それがほら、今はもうあんなにも重く
Yeah.
鈍くなって。
He did manage to cut a lot of like this peach petals back in the day, right? He's not as mastered as Liu, but still. What is happening? In stark contrast to her innocent features, the little really ministrations are mercilessly sensual.
それでもまだ兄様は戦ってるの。
She's like little gremlin that's jealous of the bigger one.
ためだけに。
How dare you! In her childish voice is the pride of the victor, the cruel joy of the river.
だから今の兄様はルイリのためだけのもの。
Ours, okay, so you don't plan to get the bigger really to your mind, huh? Because you said ours.
何もかもルイリのために。
I mean, he's dying out there, so what you can do? I don't get this scene. What do you mean, really? He's literally losing the fight.
何もかも。
As they repeat those words, like their feverish mantra, their fantasies expand without limit. Their strong, pumping arms and legs, that white chest, gasping for breath, all of it exists for them. She loves every part of him, even the agony warping his face, and the cries of grief pouring from his throat. All of it is given up and sacrificed to his two sisters, to Kong Ruili.
嬉しいよ。
Oh,
幸せだよね。あなたもルイリだから。
so it's really Yandere. If we go with like typical tropes, is she like enjoying like Taoluo to be like in any kind of state, just if like he cares about really and thinks about her? Like, yeah, he's in pain, he's almost dying, but he thinks about us, so yeah, great. Two gynoids. Everything grows even faster, even harder as they exchange even more erotic ministrations. The other bodies may be different, they are one soul in two vessels.
あんなにも強く激しくなんて幸せね、ルイリー。
Oh. They go all in. Okay. Really, you're really aggressive on your other half. I guess, like, if you think about it, like, she would know the best what she likes, right? I mean, it's the same person. As the little Ruili whispers in her sister's ear, her impassioned gazes remained ever fixated on the emballed Taoluo. Are they, like, using... Like, okay, is Ruili or, like, Ruilis, both of them? I don't know at this point. Or, like, at least, like, little Ruili. Are they, like, using Taolu as the material right now? Is she like enjoying herself just by seeing Taolu doing his best? She's sick. Holy shit. That's very unhealthy and toxic relationship right there.
ほら見て
Yeah, okay. That's toxic.
苦しそう
Can we get the other two parts really into your mind so you can like behave normally? Or semi-normal? Because right now you are kinda savage.
兄様兄様の血あんなに赤く素敵だよね綺麗だよね
I have a feeling like both of these CGs that we had
血まみれ
are different in original game. Because this one is basically all ages version, right? The remastered one. Original one probably have more visible stuff here. Like his face covered in blood. What the fuck? Little really tongue touches her sister's lips.
血の味って知ってる
Yeah,
舐めてみたこと
you did kiss him when he bled. Yeah.
とっても甘かったよ
Both are focused, mind, body and soul upon Taoluo's voice and Taoluo's gaze. Haojun wields his rapier with the sadistic joy, eliciting fresh groans from Taoluo each time he carves a new pattern into his flesh. And still Taoluo fights with a wild fury, swinging his sword with no trace of the skill and strength he once possessed. He cries of bottomless despair, has howls of murderous rage. The guys drink greedily of them. Is Taoluo really going to die while being watched by them? What kind of... Oh my god. As I imagine his inexhaustible passion pouring into them, the inferno of the desire burns hotter and hotter.
兄様
Oh,
兄様
okay. We got a full CG.
兄様はもう私たちのもの
I like art style in Cyber Sire. I think I said that many times before, but I like how they shading stuff basically. Like it's like this like little gradient on the fabric and everything.
あなたと私とルイリーのもの
He will be no one if he dies, so you better move your ass and help him. As they gaze upon the suffering Taoluo, the child really, on the other hand, brings the end of a PDA death transfer closer and closer. Oh, she is going to transfer. Oh. Okay. The other end of the cable is already connected to the port in her head.
兄様もっと
Okay. Blinded by the ever-growing pleasure, the wild really does not notice the cable inching closer to her head, and she probably don't even know what that means.
さあ一緒に兄様のところへ行こうもう一度本当のルイリになって
Okay.
兄様のそばに
So she actually will do transfer by herself. Yeah, this is like the moment her sister explodes in climax, really inserts the cable into her data terminal. The other self flows into her like a sudden avalanche, and the ultimate ecstasy of both really is joined within her wifeish frame. What the fuck? That's one hell of a plan, really, you know? What the hell? That's one way to transfer. I mean, if you think about this, normally the transfer is extremely painful probably for both parties, right? Like her brain is melting basically, and her brain is like getting all of the data just cramped into it. So I guess that's a way to reduce the pain, right? Of doing that. Okay? So now we have only one really. Her scream of pleasure shatters the night. The battle now resembles less a duel between swordsmen than it does an execution. The battle now resembles less a duel between swordsmen than it does an execution. His shoulders heaving with every breath, his legs threatening to give out every step. The whole movements no longer bear any trace of quick, graceful forms of Daikdan swordplay. The wounds craved in his body are too numerous to count, and considering the sheer volume of blood he has lost, it is nothing short of a miracle that he is still standing. Like, I think like if Ruili will show up and just tell Liu to stop, then he would stop. Like, if she would be like, yeah, just don't kill my brother, I still love him, then Liu will stop, I think. I think like Ruili is the only like person who can like stop Liu from actually killing Taoluo here. With insane, joyous laughter, Haojun continues to thrust his rapier again and again into Taoluo's flesh. His voice is so freaking amazing. Best voice for a villain ever. Actually, if you think about it, who's the villain here? Truly. Oh wow, he is really beaten up. His taunts barely reaches Taoluo's ears. The endless agony has long since grown dull and distant. Now he feels only cold, heart still against his flesh.
それでいい。貴様は血も肉も骨も魂も残らずここで絞り尽くして果てろ。貴様はもう人でなくていい。ルイリーの中にだけ生きればいい。それなら俺は貴様を許さんでもないぞ。
Also, I don't know if I asked this before, but let me know in the comments what do you think about this like around 20 to 30 minutes episodes that I do here, because I use like these side series as like experiments, I would say, to just make them short. I wonder if like that would work for like main series like in the future. Like what if I would like do like more episodes of this era, let's say, but like 30 minutes each or something like that? Would that be a good idea or not? Even as his body is flayed life, Taoluo's mind wanders on the edge of oblivion. Yeah, once he had dedicated his life to the way of the sword, he had freely accepted the fate of the hero. But no matter how cruel and pitiless the world might be, as long as he had just one thing to protect, that was enough. He could fight on free of doubt. What if all of this had been a lie? What if that happiness, that comfort, everything he depended on had been only a delusion? What if in truth his most beloved had been crying in the shadows all along? Yeah. He thought he's protecting her, but on the other hand, she never showed him truly what she feels, right? She always been like it's kinda really fault as well, if you think about this. Because yeah, Taoluo did not realize that, but she's been like hiding this all this time. She never spoke to him about this matter. She never get the answer from him. He never got to know what he really feels actually. It's actually her fault as well. Mostly her fault, I think, actually in this case. Because like one of them knows, actually Liu as well could like make a theory, right, about her liking Taoluo and stuff back in the day. So yeah, like they knew and they never told Taoluo. Like And they just like decided, hey, you didn't realize, you are a bad guy. Yeah, that's... Just talk? How he wishes he could keep denying it, but he's far too tired now. He no longer has anything to cling to. He has lost his friend, lost his hope, and willingly forsaken his humanity. If on top of that, all he failed to understand really, then he truly has nothing left. They had lived together under the same roof. How could he not have seen what lay in his sister's heart? It was his duty to see, and yet he had failed her. And she never talked to you as well. Like, why everyone expecting everyone to like understand everything without talking? What the fuck? It's the issue in like real life as well. Like, you just like think, oh, this guy, this girl, like, yeah, this person will just like realize what I think. They're telepathic, surely, like they're from X-Men. Yeah. Or perhaps he'd merely been averting his gaze. I like how the transitions between two realities here. The one that's been like in the beginning, like with the tears as his sister, and now going into this one that is his sister but smiling as she finally gets to like laugh at Luo basically and show her affection. Like two versions of her, two flips of the coin. Somewhere deep down in his heart, he had feared to accept her feelings for him. In his feelings for her, and his feelings for her. If so, then the cruelty of fate truly knows no bounds. How he wants to forget it all. He is weary of grief, weary of sorrow, weary even of pain and despair. But where he can run? Of course. The answer is clear. A state of oblivion, yeah. He wants to die at this point. That is not what he trained to reach all those years. It is the magic that will free his heart from pain, from fear and from suffering. Let your sword be your will. Forget your anger, forget your grief, and rust your soul to the blade. Either he wants to die, or he's like trying to enter the state that he's been when he fought Petrushka. Because he haven't used this. Right. Would that state be Musa or Muga? I'm making parallel to Muramasa. That would be Muga, I think. Right? I'm always mixing up these two. He has done at countless battles before, Tauludu pauses, empties his mind of all sense of self, and bestows his entire being onto the Wodao in his hand. Yeah, I think it's Muga, right? Because Muso is the state that he... Okay, I'm not going into like Muramasa spoilers now, but yeah. The emotions raging within him were hardly insignificant. But once he resolves to flee into the embrace of his sword, he finds it surprisingly easy to bring himself under control. This is proof enough that Taoluo's talent and devotion to the martial arts were far from ordinary. Okay. He changed his stance. He used the fingers, just like Liu. Now weightless, the sword floats slowly up until its point of level with his eyes. He might still have a chance. I guess like protagonist power, right? And he's entering the state that he's been with Petrushka. Might be the thing that Liu never achieved actually. Because this is like the true mastery, like the ultimate state of mind, right? His weapon has chosen cloud and mist cover all. The stance that is the ultimate expression of Titan swordplay.
ようやくそこが見えてきたようだな。
Formless as the mist, flexible as the willow branch, the serene stance conceals the infinite number of possible counters. Behind, beholding Taoluo impenetrable guard, Haojun laughs with undisguised contempt.
最後に何が残るかと思えば、よりによってその一刀か。つくづくあっぱれな剣客ぶりだ。やはり貴様は少年から剣気。人を愛するのも、誰かの愛に応えることも、なるほどできぬ相談だろうな。
Taoluo has no retort. Indeed, he's a sword demon. This blade is his mind, body and soul. Then there's nothing to doubt. The meaning of this battle, the purpose of his wounds, none of it matters anymore. Now, free from the suffering of the martial world, Taoluo finds himself strangely calm.
貴様のその剣をへし折って仕上げというわけか。
Yeah.
いいだろう。次の一撃で完膚なく叩きのめしてやる。
Let's see. Can you counter the ultimate technique of Taoluo? Haojun calmly shifts his grip onto his rapier, taking the stance for lightning bolt shatters sky. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. This technique is intended to seek out and exploit the momentary vulnerables that arise in the midst of mortal combat. Needless to say, it is meaningless to prepare it outside of melee range. But range itself no longer has any meaning for Haojun, who can shatter the sound barrier with a single step. Now, at the very end, he intends to annihilate Taoluo with overwhelming might. Yeah. Such is the form of Haojun's hate, the manifestation of his desire to deny all that Kong Taoluo is and was. And this is actually pretty crazy that he can use melee range techniques from distance now. This is not something you expect. He has toyed with his prey long enough. The time has come for his sword to transcend the sound barrier once more. Yet even with death staring him in face, Taoluo no longer fears any fear. Silence alone blows like a lonely wind through his empty heart. Was the purpose of his life to end with such despair? Did he train all those years just so that he could flee into the oblivion of battle? There we go.